Get some rock. You feel me?
You always gotta take it too far.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Why?
Why?
Like y'all have literally been attacking me. Like, not y'all. Just every group that I go in, I just left, and I was getting attacked in there.
You wasn't getting attacked.
Hey man, CMP Radio. Dad, what's good in the hood? We back. It's another week, a new week.
He's a big baby.
He is
a 6'1" baby.
I'm not 6'1".
How tall are you?
Don't worry about it.
6'2".
How's everybody doing? P, what's up, bro?
Yo, bro.
How's everything?
I'm chilling. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. You good?
I'm great, bro.
Listen, man, good to be back. Another week, new week.
How am I feeling?
You know what I'm saying? April 29th.
Just cuss me out for saying the N-word. Like,
I didn't cuss. No,
you just said the N-word in front of that beautiful white woman.
I didn't say all that.
Why would you grace her beautiful ears with the N-word?
You was abusing it though. You was going in.
And she didn't say anything.
I know. I was like,
she's so used to it.
Because she loved me. And we good. You feel me? She know I mean it like I'm just talking.
You know he always wanna, push that.
Listen, man.
Push the envelope
he is the
envelope pusher.
The envelope pusher.
I was about to say he's the king of that. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
At least you know.
Yes. Miss A, what's happening? Welcome back. You good?
I'm
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's good to have you here again.
It's nice to be on this side of the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody gets to
we
see.
got our engineer here today, Miss L Boogie.
Yo.
She's here. How was your week, man?
Ladies first.
Go ahead.
My week has been okay.
Your weekend?
Weekend was good.
Yeah. Had a good time. L, how was your weekend?
My weekend was good.
That's what's up. Do anything special?
I drove to North Carolina, did a burn and turn to North Carolina last week, and then I had to go to DC on Thursday.
Well, you got a lot of miles on your car.
What?
And then, and this week I've just been hanging out with Pam. Pam is my mother.
So is Leslie like officially part of the crew?
She
because it seems like, you feel me, you're asking her questions.
I asked her
like,
question.
Why?
I was on it when y'all was first on the show.
What's wrong?
No, it's not a what's wrong situation, right? Because if we can't just be welcoming new people on without voting them on.
She not new.
We can't just.
Hey, how you doing?
No. Hold on. Stop. This is the crew.
Yes.
Right? So is Leslie a part of the crew or not?
Yes, she has to be. She's our engineer.
Under what merit do you feel like Leslie should be a part of the crew?
Engineering.
For engineering.
Yes.
So engineering is enough.
We got to bring them
So
best.
we've had engineers in the room before we didn't give the mic to.
They just took it. At least we're giving her the option.
I'm sorry, Abdul. That's what you said.
No, that's what you said.
It's not what I said. I say an engineer. Leslie knows an engineer should not have a microphone in front of her.
Excuse me.
Right? But, y'all, then you asked her. Now it's going to be all night.
Excuse me. When y'all were doing Straight Like That the first time, when y'all first started the show, who was on the show with y'all?
You were here. She was here.
Exactly.
So she
on almost
engineering
every
too.
single
Engineering
show.
too.
And
Absolutely.
engineering.
Oh,
I'm
I'm the opportunity for me to be on the other side and look at the good people, right? And them to see my beautiful face. You feel me? Like,
and I'm not going to talk the whole show.
We know that.
yeah, I would like to disagree with that.
Well, how was your weekend, man?
My weekend was good, bro. My weekend was good. I hung out with my kids.
All 8 of them?
Not all.
Why y'all laugh?
Not all 8. I think I did a good 6. I did 6.
Yeah.
So it was my mom's birthday.
Yeah, I knew that.
And so that was a little hard, right? But I got to be around my kids, and not all of them. This weekend,
you want to have them all
coming up?
Graduation.
My daughter's graduating from Lincoln University. So 4 years, bro. Fly. So I have Jordan.
Yeah.
Journey, Janai, Zaria.
Dang, 4 years flew.
And then I'm gonna get the girls over the summer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my daughters over the summer. I'm gonna have them as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, all summer.
All the babies.
All the babies. They need.
You.
No, you don't gotta pray for me. I don't
pray for you.
I don't know why everybody keep thinking you gotta pray. I've already survived when you first have children, right? Your first, if you have a group, your first batch of kids, that breaks you down. once you get through that and somebody accomplishes a milestone, you're like, shit, I made it, and I'm still alive. Now I lost some hair,
A lot of it.
I'm not a lot of hair.
That must be your face,
You feel
bro.
me? Like
Jordan alone is gonna work you by herself.
Jordan knows me. We've spent time,
Absolutely.
more time than any other child as a baby
Together.
I spent with Jordan.
Yeah.
Right, so she's in tune with me more than she's in tune with anyone else. Somebody might let her go crazy and do, but when she around me, bro, she's not as bad as everybody says she is. You feel me? She around other people, she wilding out.
Yeah.
You feel me? But she knows when I'm
wait- I
upset.
can't wait
Oh,
to
I
see
just
this.
gotta look at her.
Yeah, that's the dad, and that's all we.
You
gotta
feel
do
me?
is
That's
give
all
her
I gotta do is look at her, and she, I'm doing something wrong. You feel me? So yeah, this summer we gonna hang out, man. We gonna chill out. You feel me? And I need
all
to do that.
summer.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm gonna let their moms get them when they want it. Like you want to take them somewhere, you want to do something with them, but just bring them back.
What time you getting to graduation Sunday?
Probably not until graduation is over.
It started at 10 o'clock, right? Don't it start at 10 o'clock?
Yeah, she graduating. You think I haven't already seen a graduation before? I just want to give her flowers and keep it moving. I'm not sitting through all that.
Graduating. I'm gonna try to get there like around 8 because the seats is
In the morning?
Yeah, about 8:30. I
Bullshit.
might bring my own chair.
Yeah, my sister graduation. We driving to New Hampshire
Wow.
on Friday. Her
Is
graduation.
it outside?
I don't know,
Y'all, the Lincoln's outside.
I believe so.
but yeah, we going up to Southern New Hampshire, going to
Wow.
my sister graduation on
y'all
Sunday.
tripping.
So
Y'all got all that.
carpool that joint.
Southern New Hampshire.
Yeah.
That's online. Graduation gonna be
It's
online.
gonna be fun.
Graduation gonna be right online.
Virtual.
What? Online
is
school?
crazy.
Shout out to Nikki though. I'm proud of her, bro. Shout out to Nikki.
We gonna go.
How you
hang
gonna
out.
I wish you would go online and tell me I gotta go
come in person.
online that graduation. Send me the Zoom link.
They do have it on.
I know
Zoom.
they do, but y'all gonna drive all the way up there.
Absolutely.
You gonna go up there and meet a professor that ain't never met you in your life. How you doing? I'm Nikki. I don't give a fuck.
Our pictures is online, so
is stupid.
it's just like going to school here and having online courses. You still have a professor. You still see your professor, even though it's online. Like some of my classes are online.
I'm thinking about going back to school though.
Okay.
Me too.
Yeah. I've been ever since I went up to Penn State
Penn
last
State.
year, right? And then I've been talking to someone from Penn State. And
Okay.
I was supposed to have a meeting with him this morning, but I forgot about
What you
it.
think your major will be?
Political science,
Oh, I definitely can see that.
right? Political science, with a minor and some other things. You feel me? But yeah,
I'm shaking my head like I can't. This is getting another opportunity to talk.
Who?
You,
Yeah,
political
absolutely.
science.
Yeah, all that good shit. And I'm trying to get my part, and so I can go be a lawyer.
You know what? I was about to say that for real though.
Yeah,
I can see. I really can see you do that.
I can see him getting everybody off.
That's all it's about.
That's what it's about.
He gonna be the Joe Proctor of the city.
God darn
Yep,
right.
getting everybody off big
But-
I
time.
definitely can see that.
I hope he do it. I want him to do it. He been saying this since last year.
Yeah, I gotta follow through with it.
I keep
I
telling him.
want
I
him
got
to
some
do
help
it.
now at the radio station, so I don't have to focus as much as I've always had help. I'm gonna keep it real. I just didn't realize it, so I finally opened my mouth and I asked for some help, and it's coming through. And I got a crew now for this podcast, so we're gonna keep that tight. You feel me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be hitting some somewhere live real soon, bro. We're gonna be talking about all this good stuff. And if you want to be a guest, man, hit us up, man. Let's go.
Please do. Please
Let's
do.
go.
You
Yeah.
know y'all got perspective out there.
Yeah.
Let's have a good conversation.
Yes.
But tonight's conversation is about masculinity and femininity, right? And this is word that's being thrown in front of them, man. I don't like the word, but toxic. Toxic masculinity, toxic femininity.
So if y'all see me over here, I'm not snorting cocaine.
Can they be toxic?
No.
Can masculinity be toxic? Can femininity be toxic?
No.
Yes.
No, it can't be.
Yes, it can.
I think there are attributes that will lead you to believe that it's masculine because a man is doing it, right? Or it's feminine because a female is doing it. If you're toxic, you're just toxic. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman.
Or a
Let's
woman,
not label the sexuality toxic. Let's just say you are fucking toxic. Just own it. I'm a toxic person. It has nothing to do with toxic masculinity. Now, there are some things where I could be forcing you to be quiet. That's a toxic masculinity because I'm forcing you to do something. Be quiet. But no, for basic stuff that everybody.
Well, that's called abuse.
Everybody sits there and, oh my God. That's why I
need you to stop sniffing.
No, because this calm stuff is keeping me calm. Because no. Go ahead. But go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
Me, in my opinion, these helping words and helping verbs of a word, masculinity just means being a man. Like that's like, what is wrong with a man teaching a young boy how to be a man? The problem I have with the word toxic in front of these words is coming from women who probably never had. Never had. Hey, we're gonna go there. Who never probably had a masculine man in their life. So they're sensitive to a man teaching another man, yo, do it this way, don't do it that way, because you want to raise your son to be. And I see a lot of this. See a lot of mothers raising sons to be sensitive and to be all these things, and they won't even be. This won't even be the man you will decide to date if it was a possibility to date him. But because you don't like the masculinity teachings that he's getting, it's a problem. So it's toxic.
So I'm about to say something here.
Please say it.
So toxic masculinity to me is when you are unable to show anything like sensitive, like you don't have that duality. Because being a man doesn't mean that you have to be tough all the time.
Great.
So that's where how I use that phrase is like, if you don't have the duality where it's like, okay, when it's time to be, a little, chill, a little softer. What you ringing a bell for?
Because you said we don't have to be tough all the time. Men have to be tough all the time. Men have to be tough all the time.
And that's part of toxic
No, it's not. It's not toxic. That's what a man's. That's the definition of a man. It's tough. You want me to provide, protect, and penetrate without being tough? How does that work? It doesn't work. I can't do any of that stuff without being tough all the time. So that right there is a man. That's a trait of a man. So it's not toxic.
Being tough doesn't make you a man.
Exactly.
It does not. It does not make you a man.
Being tough
does not make you a man.
So if you saw a woman being tough, what would you say her attitude was like?
Man,
exactly. See, you can't say
you can't have it both ways.
You're a man and then give it to a woman when she act like it and say she being manly.
You could just say she's being aggressive.
Oh no, she's
you
not.
Just be saying she's being aggressive. That doesn't mean she's being manly. She could just be aggressive. She could just be assertive.
So let's do this. What would be the definition of masculinity? What will be the definition?
You're a man, so you tell me what your
definition is. That's kind of wrong.
Oh, no, it's not.
Huh?
No, it's not.
Tell me the definition. I just want to know. What do you think? What is it? What is it to you?
I don't want to think. I want to know what Webster says.
Somebody Google it because I ain't got no
qualities or attributes regarded as characteristics of men or boys.
Right. And what are they?
I see strength, leadership, protection, assertiveness, toughness.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm waiting for a response.
You said toughness.
So you can't be. So you can't. So this is the thing. Can't you be a leader without being
assertive? No.
No.
Protective?
No. You can be a leader and still be assertive, but you don't always have to lead by being tough. You don't have to always lead by being tough.
Well, it takes a certain kind of toughness to deal with being a leader, right? Because you have to deal with other people talking about you. So if you don't have tough skin, you're going, oh my God, he was talking about me. Right? So
that's not where
you have to.
You have ready for the woman president yet.
Right? No. Guess what? I am. I'm ready for the woman president. Because listen, we had a black president. Right, and that just totally tore up how the other people feels about the office, because it's no way in God's green earth that you would put a president in, like the one that we have currently, without first having someone come through and piss on your parade. So they want to show us that it don't matter who you put in office. Again, it's just another way to teach us where we belong and where we should stay. We don't care who you put in office. Look, we'll let Donald Trump be president. Not once. He didn't beat one woman. He beat 2 women.
Yeah.
He didn't beat 2 white women. He beat a white woman and a black woman.
So I have a question for the 2 males here.
Go ahead.
Do you think you could be mild-mannered and still be a good leader as a man?
Absolutely. Martin Luther King did it. But guess what he was doing on the other side? That women was toxic.
I knew you was going to go there. I knew you was going to go there.
He was giving out blessings every night. You take a blessing. You take a blessing. Everybody getting blessings.
But
what do you mean you don't know that? There's no.
But that's okay. So that was
We
him.
do
But that
know
doesn't
that.
necessarily mean that every man that's mild mannered in leadership is going to be slinging their stuff around.
Yep. Every man.
No, see, that is so. How are you just going to stereotype like
Because
that?
you can't suppress your if you're suppressing your aggressiveness, if you're suppressing as a man, if you're suppressing your aggressiveness, it comes out in another way. I'm trying to tell you, I'm a man, you're not, right? So if you tell me as a woman, if you're suppressing your whatever, because you don't want to be whatever they say women can. You don't want to yell, right? You don't want to fuss. If you're suppressing that argumentative attitude, is there somewhere else you put that energy? Isn't there somewhere else you put that energy?
I learned to be direct without being rude.
Right. Huh?
I've learned to be
But you
direct.
you have to put that energy somewhere else, right?
Into something, yes.
Right. So that's what happens. So
It could be something positive though.
It could very well be something positive, but 9 times out of 10, it's probably somewhere where you enjoy receiving energy as well.
Right. And then women are attracted to power. So the reason why he was slinging
is because he was doing something.
Yeah.
And I can attest to that.
But to say that just
He
because
start doing something, everybody get to coming in and busting it open.
But just to say
You
because,
can
but to say that just because
God.
a man is mild mannered, that if he's not if he's mild mannered, that he's not going to have discipline to keep his penis in his pants.
Absolutely not.
So
That's really
so
crazy.
mild mannered. I wouldn't say he was mild mannered. He just did things differently.
Who?
And he was tough in those. He was tough when he was telling people nonviolent.
He was tough. He was tough as shit when he was going to jail. He was tough when he
Yeah.
was getting sprayed with hose. He was tough when he was getting
tough.
beaten. He was tough when he was getting smacked. He was tough when he was tough.
But he led with love.
But he led with love and and a lot of it. Shout out to Martin Luther King, man. Rest in peace to the king, bro. Like I'm not gonna listen to what they. But you understand, because that's what happens. Like everybody wants a piece. Everybody
this is
wants
the
to be
thing.
close to someone strong and powerful and giving and nurturing. That's who he was, bro. You feel me? So everybody comes. They knock on the door. She got the trench coat on. Come to
But
the
it's
hotel
still a matter
rooms.
of having discipline.
No,
He probably ain't have it.
So you saying? So do you think most men in power don't have discipline?
Do you see what's going on in the news?
Of course I do.
How many men do you think have discipline? Everybody
Okay.
that we was rocking with, everybody we was fooling with, has shown that they didn't have discipline.
It's
You
not,
struggling with
it's not a lot of millionaires
So let's-
and billionaires with
let's-
that type of
okay,
discipline.
I don't know if everybody was a fan of Barack Obama, but you never heard about his name in those scandals.
Why would you hear about it? You never heard of LeBron James either. That don't mean he ain't doing it because you ain't never heard of it.
They're very
Touche.
good at very good
Well,
at
they
LeBron-
have said that LeBron was at some Diddy parties. So
They have said that Barack Obama had a couple of Michelles in the building.
no, he didn't.
Barack was at the
That's
Diddy
why.
parties
That's
too.
why. That's why Michelle. That's why Michelle says she's living for her now.
No, Michelle says she's living for her now because she spent 8 years
Sacrificing
Sacrificing what? What did she have to do?
What you mean?
She had to change
She
her
couldn't do
life.
anything.
Oh, okay. Right.
She couldn't do
support her man's vision.
Right.
absolutely, and
So-
she did, and she
so was she
stood-
along for the
and
ride,
she was 10
or-
toes.
What do you mean?
Was she along for the ride, or was she just there just
She
to
was-
be there?
She stood 10 toes
So
from
she
the
did.
time that he was in
You
school.
didn't stand 10 toes if you're going to talk about it. See,
What you mean?
you don't stand 10 toes and then anyway. This is not where we're at right now. This is not.
No.
But that's not what she said, though.
This is femininity.
No,
That's toxic.
No,
Wait
it's
a minute.
What did she
wait a
say?
minute,
Yeah.
wait a minute,
What did she
wait,
say?
wait,
This
wait,
is
wait.
toxic
Tell it to the-
femininity.
Wait,
This is
wait,
toxic
wait.
femininity. Now you're sitting there defending. No, honestly, like I support, Michelle Obama for everything that she does, because if she doesn't do anything right, she shows how a woman should be.
Exactly.
You feel me? Like all that baddie stuff, all that stuff that just tears away the fabric of our community
Grace.
and doesn't let us
She did it
talk
with a
to
lot of
each
that.
other,
With-
and doesn't
and
let us
still
build with
does.
each other, and doesn't let us give to each other. That baddie show, that tears away everything. That red balloon pop show, that tears away everything. Now you're judging, now you're looking like it's crazy. But those are the things that we like. We like things that are crazy. We like to watch and see what happens next, and
love
who gets
toxic.
punched next, and who gets hit next, and who gets dumped next, and who gets a red balloon popped in their face next. That's what we like to do. You feel me? And then you think about everything that we're trying to build and why we can't build it, because we don't trust nobody. So if we're talking about a man being toxic, he cheats, that's toxic. You feel me? He's abusive, that's toxic.
Right.
You feel me? Like, I don't want you to talk about man just being a man. It's toxic, because
Absolutely not.
masculinity is brave. Masculinity is quiet. Masculinity is all those things that make up a man from the beginning. And now we're trying to shift it and change it because those things don't work for the women of today. And that's not fair, because
That's not what
because
I
I'm
was
telling you, I want a woman that cook. I don't mind a woman that's sitting in the house barefoot and pregnant. But no, that's toxic.
No, it's
How?
not.
How is that? A lot of women feel that way. Would you agree? See, look, see.
Let me gather myself before I respond to you.
So the barefoot and so here's the
Oh, wait,
thing.
I gotta say something. Wait a minute. So we talked about purpose and vision on air, off air.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of like what you're saying is contradictory. So
How?
it's like, okay. So if you want a woman to like support your vision and like be a part of your purpose, but then it's like, okay, but then you saying you want them.
No, I
like-
didn't. I said that's what men wanted back in the day, right? And that's what femininity was raised on. That's how it grew, right? When you get to moving forward, right, things change, right?
So what's your view? What is your view?
Exactly what I want. I want a supportive woman. I want a woman that has my back. She wasn't made for my feet, so I can't step on her. She wasn't made for my brain, so she shouldn't be thinking for me. She was made for my rib to do what? What does your rib do? Support and protect.
Yes.
Help.
So if you can't do the job that you were created to do,
Come
then
on.
you're no longer a rib. So if you want to think for me, then you're a brain. Then you need to think for yourself. You feel me? And figure that out. If you want to step on
Toxic. You been
me
toxic.
and talk to me crazy, then go ahead and walk down the street somewhere else, because I don't have time for that. But if you can't be supportive, if you can't be my partner, if we can't build together, then why are you standing next to me? That's a question a woman has to ask herself, not a man. You have to ask yourself that. Damn, can I be his partner? Damn, can I work with him? Damn, is this going to work for me? And if it doesn't work for you, back up. Please back up.
Can you listen? Can you be quiet?
I don't need her to listen.
You have to.
No, I don't need her to
Because
listen, because I'm not going to talk, because I'm a man. I don't want to talk to you all the time. Talking to you is
Damn.
that becomes crazy.
Oh wait, pause.
Constantly talking to your female, constantly telling
But
you.
you just
Okay, go
many
ahead.
episodes ago you talked about how you want to talk and communication. Now you're saying you don't want to talk. Come
I don't
on,
want
make it
to.
make
He
sense.
said, "Listen, I don't want to tell you all the time what I
I'm-
need you to do."
My thing, and I get that. That's repeating yourself. If I'm giving you, okay,
Y'all
this
trying
is-
to prove me
this
wrong
Is,
on
this is
this
our.
joint.
This is our. When we go out, this is our security check. This is what I don't think I should have to give this to you more than 2 times for you to understand. When we go out, this is what's happening. I'm standing next to the curb.
Okay,
You know
I get
this,
that.
that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? If you hear something, listen, find me if I'm not around, but 9 times out of 10, I should be around, or we should be close to each other, and this is what we're going to do. You know what I'm saying? For a woman, for a man to give those directions, and then your woman don't follow, you don't want a man. You don't want to be protected. You want to do your own thing. So what he's saying is, step off, do your own thing, because you don't want masculinity.
If you want someone to follow you, you have to be worth someone to be.
Everybody
want
to see this
Hey,
word
guess
worth.
what?
Hold up.
Oh, real
I
quick.
don't like that word worth.
Real quick. She just said if you want someone to follow you,
It's like you gotta be able to lead.
you have to be able to lead.
You got to be worth.
If you know he's not worth leading, why are you following him?
Sometimes people pause.
The
Wait.
representative.
Yeah, because everybody has
representative.
The representative.
Because listen. We all have been, putting on our masks. We have all worn masks at some point, and our representatives are showing until you really get to know somebody. You get to peel back that onion, those layers, and you start saying, I don't know.
You don't know what?
I don't know if I want to follow you.
Then you dip off.
Yep.
I just said that.
Yep.
Leave. You
Leave
with your feet.
I don't have no problem with
Right.
leaving.
Beat your feet. Beat your feet and turn.
Deuces.
Right.
You ain't said nothing. Ain't got a problem with leaving. Anyway.
I'm just like,
You said you on worth.
yeah.
What's wrong with worth?
Worth. It bothers me because when did you find out a person wasn't worth it?
Your actions towards me, if you're not responsible, if I can't trust you to make decisions concerning both of us, because if you want me to listen, you got to be able to make
And
good
follow.
decisions concerning
Us.
us as a team.
So good decisions. Like a lot of people make decisions based off of needs, wants, and past experiences. Like, P and I grew up around the same neighborhood,
Okay.
right? But he'll do things differently than I did it, and vice versa. And you know why? Because our upbringings taught us differently.
Okay.
So when I go into a relationship, I want to be. That's why you always got to strive to be better, because a lot of us was raised out of survival, out of fear, out of love, all these things. So it was put on us.
Okay.
We just learned this just by being, alive and under the family umbrella that we are under. So I may make a good decision here that I think is good. P might make a good decision over there that he think is good. So my thing is, the word worth is like my upbringing wasn't worth my conditioning right now, or to make me a better, or make my decisions worth it.
I think after.
See what I'm saying?
I think leading me is okay. But if you continue to lead me
In a ditch?
pretty much in a
But-
ditch,
but-
then after a certain time you're gonna feel like this not worth it.
But I just told
and
y'all
it's the same
earlier.
as a female.
But I
If
just told you.
if y'all are pouring in and y'all are leading a female that don't want to be led, or she'll act like she want to be led in the beginning, and then after all the cuteness and all of the extra stuff, and when the real nitty gritty, when it gets down to the real nitty gritty, and she show you that, all right, now she giving you pushback. Now she giving you pushback. Now she don't listen. Now she not following you. Like you said, stand on the inside. Now every time y'all go on out somewhere, she's standing on the outside. I don't want to stand on the outside. She's not worth you continuing to have that conversation with her. So eventually you're going to be like, you know what? I'm out of here. Because she's not worth it.
So what I said to you earlier about these giants, right? And it holds true even in this conversation. A lot of people get giants, and it's just a metaphor for obstacles in your life, and you think that, I could face this obstacle this way. You know what I'm saying? I could face the southpaw, and I could try to beat it that way. All right, that's why they have rematches and boxing matches and fights and all that, because what I did the first time, I'm going to try not to do the second time to win. They even have trilogies. They even have quads and all that. All I'm saying is, as long as communication is there and it's transparent, this is something that I'm dealing with. I have to deal with for myself. And this has been masculine. I'm protecting you. I'm also letting you know this is what I'm doing. I'm going to fight this giant until I win. There's going to be a time that I win. So you're saying with transparency, honesty, and communication that you won't stand there and be like, I got your back, I won't support you?
That's not what I said.
I'm asking. No, this is a question. I'm asking. Y'all not,
No,
even though it's the same giant I'm fighting, and you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I'm going down the same road, but I'm being transparent, I'm being honest, and I'm communicating.
So the difference is, right? You're going down a journey that you're trying to fix yourself, or you're trying to elevate, right? But
Right.
you're stumbling. I'm talking about if you're trying to lead me somewhere, like you want us to build.
That's
right?
the same. I mean, that might just be a part of my journey. That obstacle might be a part of me to the elevation of leadership, to the elevating of whatever.
I'm gonna say something else. In order to be a good leader, you have to be able to seek wise counsel. And sometimes just because you're the man, there might be strengths that your woman has that you may not have. And being able to get out of your ego and say, hey, babe, you're stronger in this area. Maybe you can blah, blah, blah. Like, because it's like, okay, you still the man, but knowing like, okay, I might need to, this ain't working the way I'm trying to do it.
I don't think my partner should be in the car with me, going down a road with me, and not be able to give me advice. See, it's like driving a car. When you're in the car for long periods of time, you want the person that's sitting next to you to be able to wake you up or hand you your coffee or say, we need to get off and get gas. It's the way you do it, though.
I
Right?
agree.
Not yelling, not fussing, not screaming, not hollering, not mad. Can you talk to me in a loving tone? Can you tell me? And I had a conversation with somebody yesterday. She says, I'm in my feminine zone. Like I don't want to be a man. I don't want to have the masculine mask on, because women now have that mask on because they feel as though the man is not capable of doing it. And as long as majority of women feel that way and give off that energy, then you're not really dating to have a man. You're looking to be in control. And
So I'm going to say something. Most women that have masculine traits have been failed by men.
it doesn't matter if you've been failed by men. So
and
you
they don't feel safe.
You'll
So the
never
thing
feel
is,
safe.
So in order for
you to feel safe, you have
in
to
order-
let go of the hurt. You say that all the time.
Okay, you have to let go.
You have
of
to
the
do
hurt.
what?
Heal.
To do what? You got to do what? You have to do
what
what?
you don't reveal, but don't. Oh.
There it is. There it
Okay,
is.
I hear
Right?
you.
No,
I hear you.
I know you don't.
Yes, I do. However, like safety for a woman to be soft and feminine, like it has to be safety there.
She has to already be there.
Why you gotta put the air quotes up there?
Because that's the thing. Because we're saying for a man to be soft and feminine, for a woman, it has to be
Yes,
safety.
it
there.
goes both ways.
So if a man knows that I'm gonna say this and she's gonna blurt it out when she's around her friend, or she's gonna go and tell her girlfriends that I said this to her, and I'm coming off like a simp by saying this. I'm going against everything that a man stands for.
See, and that's where I feel like toxic masculinity. That's what.
But you just said the same damn thing.
What I just said.
You just said a man needs to prove to me that he's safe. And I'm saying a man is saying the same thing to a woman. Both of us need to prove to each other that it's a safe zone for us to be able to be vulnerable, for us to be able to open up. So if a man is telling you, I don't like the way you're talking to me right now, what do you do to change that? Do you change it? Or should he walk away?
Well, it depends on how you saying it to me.
Why that it depend?
Because that's what it all depends.
You
It,
can't
it
talk to
depends
me.
on how she's talking to him. It depends on how he talks to her. It depends on who's open first. It depends on who wants what
And
first.
he's talking-
And if you don't want it first, you don't get it first. So we never get it. No, as a human being, bro, we should just be friendly. As a human being, we should just be giving. As a human being, I shouldn't be looking at you thinking you're going to hurt me, because that's what love is about. It's about being hurt. It's about forgiving. I used to say that shit all the time. How do you know that you could be in a relationship with somebody if you can't forgive them?
Who said that? Nobody. Who said we couldn't? I couldn't forgive. Or
I'm
whatever?
not saying you can't
Okay.
forgive.
All
Don't
right.
take it personal. I'm
Okay.
talking about people, because
Okay.
I've done this podcast thing for 7 years, and it was always, I'm not forgiving no man for nothing.
Okay.
I'm not forgiving no man if he cheat on me. I'm moving on to the next one. So you move on to the next one, and the next one cheat, and then you leave that one and you go to the next one, and the next one cheat. When you could have stayed with, now you done had 3 bodies on top of you, 3 humping on you, probably got a couple kids, about a couple different men,
So-
and you could have just stayed in the first relationship and fixed that.
Then we always got to go back to doing the work on yourself, because if you are attracting, if you always getting cheaters, then you got to look at yourself and be like, why I keep on attracting cheaters? Why I keep on getting the same type? I say this every so often on the different shows. You keep on getting the same type of person in a different body, then you got to look within yourself.
Do the
Why
work.
You keep on getting cheaters?
Do the fucking work, bro. It's hard. It's hard to look at yourself. Because now you got to fix yourself. It's it's nobody else.
Nobody likes to do that.
It's nobody else. Now you got to fix yourself. Now you got to pray for yourself. You got to find your center. You got to go back and open yourself to be vulnerable for the people that you love that are around you.
But when you fix yourself, you can show up better.
For yourself.
Not only for yourself, for your partner, for your family, for your kids, whatever. When you fix yourself, you show up better holistically. Like,
I thought I fixed myself, bro. I didn't. I fell for the same trap.
You fell for it?
Yeah, bro. I didn't realize it. You feel me? Like I didn't change too much of anything. I started a radio station. And you would have thought that was enough to say, all right, niggas, start holding yourself accountable. I ain't care. I was giving out dick tickets. You get some dick. You get some dick.
but this is the thing. It's like whatever your vice is, it's like getting like if I don't want to say the vagina. If vagina is your kryptonite, whatever, then that's something that you got to overcome, and that's where your self-discipline has to kick in.
Absolutely, absolutely. But how do you learn self-discipline if you were never taught? I was a kid. I didn't learn self-discipline.
You have to teach yourself if you're a man.
How do you learn self-discipline if you weren't taught from a man you have to learn. So if you never, ever had self-discipline, it's not something that just kicks on if you've never been taught.
I had to teach myself a lot of things that I wasn't taught.
Right. So how long did it take you to understand that you weren't taught and announce that you weren't taught and begin to teach yourself that you weren't taught? Because it's first acknowledging that you don't have that on your belt buckle. I don't have this skill on my belt buckle. Shit, I got to learn it. Where do you learn it from?
Certain things I knew probably for like 10, 15 years, to be honest. But I got away with...
You just didn't care.
I didn't care. I ain't going to hold you.
Damn, that's it.
But when I realized that I'm just going in a circle, and I realized, hey, like, this ain't going to work out for you, sis. You got to do some work. So, yeah. That's what inspired me to change.
Absolutely.
But
how long did that take? That wasn't overnight.
No. And I'm still working on myself.
Right.
So.
Still working. You feel me? But you understand the fundamental parts of loving someone else.
Absolutely.
Right. And not beating them down when he fall, but reaching down and helping him back up.
Absolutely.
And dusting him off.
Absolutely.
Right. Even though he failed, because he fell. Even though he failed, because he fell, you're not sitting there, oh no, this nigga, he can't do nothing.
Yeah.
You're dusting him off.
I think a lot of people, men and women, once someone makes a mistake, why do we look at the mistake more than we look at the things that person has done before the mistake?
Because the mistake hurt.
I can tell I'm going to give you an example. If you've seen this mistake, maybe this
Repeatedly.
person only repeatedly, even if it was across different people, but if you continue to see like, okay, I keep on having this happen, then you like, dang, like.
Or I don't even.
I just don't understand. I'm sorry. I just don't understand what the past got to do with the present.
I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
I don't take what happens in a previous relationship into the new one.
Okay.
With me, you get charged for your own crimes.
Okay.
So if I forgive you for your crime and then you turn around and you do it again, and like I said earlier, I forgive you. You apologize, I forgave you, let's move forward. Then you do the same thing again.
How many times?
You apologize, I forgive you, we move on, you do it again. At a certain point, you have to then do time for that charge because you continue to do the same thing over and over again, even though I forgave you, even though I let it go. How many times am I supposed to forgive you and let it go?
And
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Even the 3-strike rule. That was a good one.
It's like 9 lives, 20 lives.
That was a good one. 3 strikes.
I let a lot of stuff slide, but at a certain point, you gotta stand in the mess that you created.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
And then it goes back to like your self-respect. 'Cause it's like you supposed to forgive, but at some point it's like you keep on letting people slide. It's like then you like, damn, you disrespecting yourself.
So is that toxic?
Because then
Is that toxic? Absolutely, that's toxic.
it is.
That's
It
very
is.
much toxic.
But you gotta own that.
But you
But
gotta,
you,
Absolutely.
the man or the woman.
But you
has to own it.
but you want somebody to own calling themselves toxic? Boy, it's your fault. No, you keep on allowing it to happen. I've learned that when you allow someone to disrespect you, you're basically saying it's okay to disrespect me.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And even though you want to forgive them, a certain part of your old relationship gets cut off. And that's why I say it's hard. I'm not a person that just cuts people off, you feel me, and moves on. No. All right, you didn't show up here, that's cut off. That area ain't open to you no more.
Okay.
Well, can I help you? No, I'm good. You feel me? Like, it might not be good that I do that. And maybe that's the toxic part of me, because I'll slam a door quick. But we can still communicate. You feel me? You can still come through. We can still have a conversation, but you can't go in that room. And then if enough doors shut, now this is the only room we can come in. And it's typically the bedroom. That's the only door you can come in. You feel me?
So why hold on to someone that it's just like, okay, they have failed you A, B,
Why are they
C,
holding
D,
on to
E,
me?
F, G.
Why are they holding on to me?
So then, I don't want to
See?
But
Go ahead
then-
and say it, please.
But keeping that door open doesn't allow you to move forward and heal from what you've been through with that person.
That goes back to the attachment issues. Obviously, if you
we already know. That's
so at some point, do you be like, okay, like this person, they ain't good for me, and the bedroom ain't enough. You got to go.
sometimes the bedroom is enough.
Sometimes. Especially after I seen all the doors are shut.
Bro,
But not
one
if,
I'm not
door-
looking
but
for
not
you in
if-
that. Because
I'm not expecting you to be in these
these
capacities
rooms.
no
And
more.
I got people for
I
those,
know where
those
you at.
spaces.
That's it.
But still,
You feel
Your
me? So
mask
really,
has been peeled back.
Now, all I really need you to do is lay down.
Show up for me here, please.
That's it. I don't need you to do nothing else.
But you, okay.
But I will. A man
So, but
only
you could-
gonna do what a woman allow. Right. True.
But you can. But how about you could have somebody that you lay down with that show up for you
Oh,
in
you
all
want-
those areas, all those other areas that you desire,
And then go-
If you
and then go through all
align
that door
yourself-
shutting again?
Quote, 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 if you align yourself properly, you could have all of those things. But if you just
One woman.
accept with one woman, but if you accept the bare minimum, you're going to get the bare minimum.
But I'm not complaining about the bare minimum.
We tend
You
to
pick
we
and
tend to
choose.
never
You
do.
pick and choose when
Men
you-
tend to never do.
that is not true, because when that one person ticks you off, then you take that same energy into somebody else, into their space,
I don't
and disturb their space because you're mad at somebody else.
If they're in my space and I'm mad at someone else, if you're coming into my space, it's my space.
But
If you're
if you-
coming into my space, it's
But if
my
you're
space. That
asking
means if
for that
balls
person-
are whirling around in my space and everything's falling off and books are coming off that's my space.
But don't
walk into someone else's space expecting it to be your space.
There it is.
You can't walk. I don't walk into no one else's
I had
space
to.
and try to figure out and say, "Yo, this is my space." I'm talking about. Let's just put this picture like this. I'm not currently doing any of this stuff, right?
Okay. I'm glad you put that disclaimer out there.
But I'm saying I'm dealing with a chick, right? That's in a situation, and I know that her and her dude have an issue. I'm not ever gonna go into her space and get mad at how she's treating me, because I know her situation is hard. I know she's dealing with. So I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna sit here. I just want to listen. I'm just here to listen, because I know. So you can't go into a situation and you know it's fucked up, and then want that situation
I'm
to
not gonna
be
be nobody's
roses.
damn doormat.
See, there
I don't
you
give
go.
a.
It's not being a doormat. It's just being the right person at the right time,
But the thing is, don't
or the
ask
wrong
for,
person at the right time.
But how are you asking for a person to be in your space or to come in your space and then shoot them?
Yeah, treat them like
What do you consider somebody shooting you?
You can't. Okay, for example, you can't want comfort from someone and then someone try to comfort you and then you give them your ass to kiss.
That's fair.
You can't want comfort from somebody
and then give them your ass when somebody try to comfort you because you mad about something else and you give them your ass to kiss. That's not cool.
I get that, right? But you also can't want comfort from somebody if they can't give themselves comfort. So you're looking at a situation where he's negative on the comfort level and you want him to be able to.
So I'm going to stop you right there. So that means you're going to have to learn to sometimes just sit by yourself and ride it out. Don't bring people into your shit.
I'm not the one complaining.
I'm just saying.
Like, I'm not the one that's upset. I told you already. I'm not
being
going
toxic
into a situation wanting somebody to be something other than who they are. You don't have comfort to give to me. Why would I ask you for comfort?
You can't give what you don't have. I get that.
So how is a man to blame if you as a woman are there wanting comfort, knowing this nigga doesn't have it?
He just coming to drop the D off.
The heart wants what the heart wants. People, we're human.
Now, hold on, stop. You heard everything I just said 5 minutes ago, and they said no because you're not. That's exactly what the fuck I just said. But now you can say it the way you want to say it, and it's okay. That's the double standard that we deal with as men. I'm saying this, and until you agree to say it the way you want to hear it, it's bullshit. And then you agree with it and say it the way you want to say it. Now it makes sense.
You gonna have to point that out.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay,
I got you.
okay,
I got you. I'm gonna hit the bell.
Okay, hit the goddamn bell.
Hit the goddamn bell. Because now she's like, the heart wants what the heart wants. I just said that shit. You can't force somebody to be something that they don't have. This man doesn't have it. This man is constantly dealing with bullshit. He's trying to do something. He's working.
But also, if you know that you're in a bad space and
I'm telling you, I'm crying. You see this. You see the bad space.
But so the thing is, it depends on how disciplined you are. Like, look, I know I might want to have this person in my space. I need some TLC, but I don't want to bring chaos into this other person's life.
Don't bring it. Don't bring it. You want some TLC? You want him to come over, smack it, flip it, rub it down? Say that. And he could dip right after it. Guarantee you ain't going to get no problem out of him. Guarantee you ain't going to get no argument out of him. But you want to bring him in there and you know he dealing with stuff. You want to throw your stuff down on the table and wonder why he looking at you like, oh my God.
Well, relationships are supposed to be reciprocal. It's not supposed to be one way. Like, okay, I'm pouring into you and nurturing you, and then I ain't getting nothing but
you're dropping all of your baggage on my table.
Right.
But it looks like it says that femininity, that the woman is nurturing.
We are nurturing.
Compassion.
We are.
Sensitive.
I got something for that.
We are.
Nurturing, compassion.
I'm just saying, like
I got something for that.
Go ahead.
Some traits that are instilled in women. We just got to honestly say that men don't have the same.
Okay.
So the things that y'all can do, we can't do.
Okay. So
and that just needs to. That just needs to be. That just needs to be understood.
Okay.
There's some things that y'all can do that we can't do.
You can't.
We have to learn these things. And then, like Pete said, there wasn't a lot of teachers for us to learn these things. It wasn't a lot of teachers.
When you have the desire to learn, you can learn.
No, absolutely. I'm not. But
you have to unlearn.
You have to unlearn what you already
learned.
And that takes time too.
That takes
and that's
time.
That's what a lot of females don't have.
So how old
see, here we have
this,
and then that's not a fair question. It's not a fair question. It's not a fair question to ask. Put an age on it because we don't know where a person is in life.
There are some people, some women that might say, "I just grew up at 40 years old and understood that I need to be feminine every day." That I need to walk in that feminine energy every day
to wake up to sleep.
Because I think our universe is off balance, right? And it's not it's not a good thing, right? It's a very bad thing because we have women that are operating on the masculine side, and we have men that are operating on the feminine side. And then it gets all confused, and everybody says, well, I could be a man. Well, shit, I could be a woman.
Oh man,
I know I can do this. Now we raising our kids. So it's off kilter. We don't see it because we want to appreciate everybody and speak up for everybody and give everybody a chance to speak. And then toxic masculinity comes out when a man says, I'm not sharing my feelings. I'm not gonna give you everything, because he doesn't want to give it to a woman that has a mask on that's masculine. If she's not feminine, if she's not in her feminine energy, if she's not willing to be support, not his thinking cap, and not his foot, support. If she's not willing to be that, then he'll never share with her. And then after he shares with her, the energy that she then projects, regardless of what he does, the energy that she then projects back to him will let him know, oh, I ain't doing that ever again.
can't do it again.
No, I do understand that.
So feminine energy is yes, it changes for seasons, right? You got winter where it's cold. You got spring where it's heating up and everything's coming back. You got fall when it's getting a little breezy. You feel me? You got summer when it's hot. You feel me? Like, and we understand this.
So what I will say, I'm only gonna speak for myself. I can be nurturing, compassionate, and sensitive, but if you being hard towards me, I'm taking that shit back. I'm not giving you that. You're not gonna be hard towards me.
I get that.
Want
I
be
get
nurturing and sweet, man.
I get that.
So you want me to continue?
I'm not no doormat. Nah.
So you want me to continue to be nurturing?
Walk away.
and-
If
and soft?
you feel that man is taking advantage of you and is tearing you down and beating you up and pushing you to the side and doesn't give a fuck, walk away.
Well, I ain't got no problem.
Right? If you can't walk away, then that means he ain't treating you bad enough because you must be used to it.
So it's femininity and masculinity like light switches. You turn them off and on.
Yep.
No, I know.
Or you could be this way. You should be those ways.
All the time.
If
all the
somebody's
time.
treating me like shit, I'm not going to be nice to you.
No,
period.
I'm not nice is nice is, you know what I'm saying? That's an extra. I'm just saying that as far as
I'm nurturing
if
my nature.
somebody is not being, if a man is not being nice to you, do you combat that with trying to be be masculine?
No.
So you stay in your feminine era.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, you stay in that and win the battle that way. See, the problem that, well, I ain't going to say what I have is those feminine women or try to be feminine women. When you come up against a man, a masculine man or whatever, a man, masculinity, you want to combat that and step into that masculine lane.
You will never win.
You can't.
I was about to say, and I'm not a man. I don't
You
stand up.
can't win. So my thing is, when I don't know, I know a lot of dudes. I'm 40 years old, going on 41. I've been introduced to a lot of dudes as far as wherever I was at. I've never seen masculinity overpower a real man. I want that. I want that softness. I welcome it. I welcome. That's the balance. That's the balance. So I just believe that we, like a lot of us, just need to understand pros and cons of men and women, and just let those things that are innate in this, those abilities that we had, that God created when He created man, as you as a man and you as a woman, those things, let them be great, because they are, and those are the missing pieces to everybody's puzzle. Like, it's just that simple. Like, I don't understand why we make it so hard. Femininity is a beautiful thing. Masculinity is a beautiful thing, because guess what? When a female have a daughter, she just don't need femininity. She gonna need some testosterone so she can point out the dickheads and understand that this is what a man is supposed to be by the example her father gives her. And vice versa, when a woman has a son, yeah, he needs the nurturing. He needs that, but he also needs masculinity, because you're not going to be this age for long. You're going to dip. Hopefully, God keep you here to the point you're a grown man and you see that I needed to be this way.
Yes.
Because I'm going to have to get off the porch at some time, and I cannot be this way off the porch in this dog eat dog world because they don't care. And my mom, granted, I love her and all, she cannot teach me how to be a survivor in the dog eat dog world. Can't teach me. She taught me how to be a gentleman. She taught me how to be respectful. She taught me a lot of things about females. But there's some things she couldn't teach me about being a man. And that's just flat out it. It's flat out it, man. Masculinity and femininity are important. It's the piece to each and every one's puzzle.
The yin and the yang, bro.
It is.
I do agree on that. And I will say I've accomplished more being in my soft girl era than trying to.
Say it again. Say it louder. See?
I've accomplished more being in my soft girl era than trying to be masculine. I can say that. I can say that.
Can't try to be masculine. You're either masculine or you're feminine. That's how it works. I can't try to be nurturing. Now I can give direction. You feel me? And why is that? Because I'm a man. So I'm giving logic. I'm not giving emotions. I'm not driven off emotions. When I was driven off emotions is when I was running around here doing every fucking thing. Oh, you hurt my fucking feelings. So what? Now I don't even care. Oh, you do what you want to do. Cool. All right. When I do something now, it's off of logic. I have to do this because this gives me that. This will give me that. This will give me more of that, and I'm gonna do that. You feel me? No more off emotions. You hurt my feelings. I don't care what you do. You could be over here twirling for 30 of them. Okay, congratulations.
12 for me when I call. That's it. Let me be 31.
That's it. It's like, oh, you like it like that? Yeah, I mean, I'm not being picky.
Keep it soft.
Loosen it up. Have fun. Just slide right down.
Okay. I don't even know what to say.
I know you don't.
I don't even know what to say. I don't even.
I don't even want no parts of that. No, this was a good podcast. You know, I appreciate the family coming together. Straight
It's
like
a little
that.
heated today.
You know why? You know why I got heated? Because it's two women.
What you mean?
Whenever you deal with when it's just one woman, when we do a podcast and it's just one woman, it never gets heated. When there's two women, it's always, oh no, and then they say the exact same thing that I just said, and I hit the bell and I said, you just said the same thing I just said.
That's not true.
What did you say that I said it was the same thing?
I don't
You don't
know.
remember. We're gonna go back and watch this. We're gonna put that joint up. You feel me? Because
You always being controversial on this thing, so it's like,
who, me?
yeah.
You think so?
And it's always controversial when you're not agreeing with what he says.
Yes.
No.
When a woman isn't in agreement with what he say.
Did I agree with? We didn't agree the first couple shows we did on everything we said.
We didn't agree on a lot of stuff.
Right? Was it controversial? No.
At times.
Look. Was it really controversial though? Like I don't think we ever disagreed and it became heated. Like
It don't become heated, but
Right.
we go back and forth a little
but
bit.
it became heated in this one, and you say it was controversial because I was saying a man can't change who he is. You feel me? And neither can a woman. But we try and we put on those masks and we get now we're confused.
The
about
core
where,
of us can't change, but we can tweak certain things. We can evolve.
see when you find yourself going deeper into yourself to find out who you are. Correct?
Yes.
So that means you don't change. If you're going deeper into yourself to find out who you are, removing all the negative shit that's around you, get in the way, you go deeper into yourself.
That core is who. That core
doesn't change.
However, you can evolve in certain areas.
You evolve into what you're supposed to evolve in.
That's
I've never
evolution.
seen a Pokemon evolve into a Pikachu. Like a Charmander evolves into another degree of that Pokemon. A Charmander, Charizard. You feel me? That's how it works. You feel me? You stay with that. So it's an inside thing. But I get it. I do.
When you heal.
Heal yourself, bro.
When you heal.
Please.
You will heal. And then when your person is healed, because you can't walk around and say that you're healed and still hurting everybody in your path.
Or if you know you're not healed, don't bring other people into your stuff.
Don't ask for people to be in your space if you know that you...
Because that's selfish.
Are just going to throw up your
There's no one's going
issues
to do that. No one.
on everybody else.
No one.
It's called discipline. It's called, being selfless. It's called knowing, like, hey, I don't want to treat this person bad, and I know that
because this person isn't treating me bad. Like, don't let somebody else pay for somebody else's crimes.
Your face says it all.
I know.
When y'all said that, you just brought me back to what you said earlier about when you was, taking your time, but you was still having this one person on the side. When you said all that. Yeah.
Not on live. You can't say that. You can't say that on live.
I'm just saying.
You can't say that on live
because where was the discipline?
When the camera's rolling, bro.
Where was the discipline?
We somebody else.
Where was the discipline?
Cameras is rolling.
I just want to know where
you really want to do that?
I would have never said that to him.
I just want to know.
I would have never said. I wouldn't have done that to you. I was trying to get you to see it yourself, but I didn't want to. You feel me?
He was thinking it.
I was. But I said no.
But I wasn't treating that person bad.
You don't know how you was treating him. You don't know how
cut
he
him
was
off.
affected.
So
you don't know how he was affected.
That might have been bad for him,
I'm not discussing my personal views.
No, you're not supposed to. Right. But like I said it earlier.
Like, yo, you welcome for that one.
You welcoming somebody into your situation. You feel me? Not talking about you, but you're welcoming somebody into your situation, knowing you're dealing with some things. They have to be acceptance of the way you're dealing with it. If they're not, it's gonna be confrontation. If he gets mad and says, "Why you only want me over here at night? Why can't I never come over in the morning?"
Uncomfortable conversation.
No,
that's an uncomfortable
but
conversation.
It needs to be had though.
But guess
it needs to be had.
But guess what? It's an uncomfortable conversation. But a man will never ask you that because he's just doing what you ask him to do. Women ask, "Why can't I never come over here during the day? How come I can't? How come you don't go to the mall with me?"
So you say men don't do that either?
I don't know no man to do that.
Oh, trust me, men do it.
That's the feminine men that you.
That's not.
I don't know.
Okay.
Ain't no masculine man. Ain't no masculine man gonna ask you why I can't come over. Obviously I can't come over. Logic tells him.
Come on.
I can't come over here today because I'm just fucking.
What if
she might just like sex at night?
What if man catch feelings?
What man catches feelings without a woman first saying she got feelings?
What?
What plan did you been staying on? What plan did you been staying on?
See, a man can catch feelings, right? But not tell you he has feelings. You know he has feelings because now he's bringing food when he comes over. Or he's bringing a bottle of wine.
But he's still going to say it.
He's not going to say it because you have not let him. You're still telling him to come over. If you don't call him and tell him to come over during the day, or you don't invite him, say it's summertime, y'all first start messing around. You got 3 months of heat, activities. You never invited him anywhere that you're at. You never called him and say, "Yo, I'm over my cousin's house. Why don't you slide through?" Now he's dealing with you. And if he's sticking, he already know. She either just got out of a situation. You feel me? Or she's still in a situation. Or she's planning a future with somebody else. He's
playing his part.
How at our ages you doing it to somebody and you not having those conversations?
He playing his part. Did you ever have that conversation?
Yes.
And what happened?
We're not talking about it. Like, that's what we're not going to do.
Listen, man, we will play our part.
Y'all wouldn't know unless men do it. No, and we're sitting here saying women do it. That's a woman's trait to ask questions.
Yes.
But y'all, men ask questions too. It's all in communicating.
When you're in a relationship.
No.
It could be a situationship and they still ask the questions.
It could be a friendship.
I want somebody that's been in a false relationship. Right?
False relationship?
Yeah, because there's no bottom. There's no security. There's no bottom. We're in a false relationship, and ask me how many questions he
When
asked
you're
you.
swapping fluids with someone, you need to ask some questions.
For what?
A lot of them.
The hell? What you
Okay.
mean for what?
They
What's
ain't
wrong
telling
with
their
fluids?
friends they do it. I ain't never done it. I'm not asking you nothing.
What?
You swapping fluids. You
I'm
need
not.
To know
I'm not.
something.
I'm not asking you nothing. You tell me what it is. That's what it is.
I'm getting what I want out of the deal, so it's just like
Yo, I don't know how you. I don't even know what to say on that.
You tell me that's what it is. That's what it is.
You
If you can literally say, "Oh, I haven't done this," if you say, "I haven't done this," and I find out that you done it, now that door's closed. I don't want to hear nothing else you got to say.
I don't even know what to say to that. Like
I don't even want to hear you come back and say, "Oh, I did it. It was only once." And
we
no,
all 40,
boy.
we all 40 plus at this table.
Absolutely.
Like how you are doing it to somebody and you not asking questions?
Because men don't want to know the answers. Because it hurts.
The hell?
You can hurt your feelings.
I'd rather my feelings be hurt and be safe
And
than
then your feelings hurt and you're not getting no more. That's two hurts. Don't no man want to deal with two hurts. Just one.
just one at a time.
Just one.
that don't make no sense.
It makes all.
That don't make no sense.
It's logical. I'm
A recipe
counting.
for disaster.
Exactly.
One is one and two is
Exactly.
two.
A recipe.
Two
for
is more than
disaster.
one.
See, because if
Does
you
that make sense?
If you choose us to be the pipe layer, right?
All right.
Make
And
this
that's
make sense.
and that's what we're doing. That's our job. That's all
That's all I want to do.
That's all I want to do.
Nothing else.
I'm going to limit the access to and this changing. So I'm just going to come, lay pipe, leave, go home, and do whatever I need. Asking questions invite bad answers.
It's called safety. It's called
But again, we're forming this from what you said, right? There was a situation where you knew somebody that was dealing with somebody that wasn't trying to be in a relationship with the other man. And I said, and Mike said, the conversation never happened because the guy was cool with it. So we're taking it from that situation. We're not taking it from a we're just meeting situation. Now communication is open because we're just meeting. But you're saying that was just for the stroking. And there was a reason it remained just for the stroking because he didn't want to ruin it. But once y'all had that conversation, once they had that
Shit was
conversation, it was over.
Room.
Because now he like, fuck, yeah, I got feelings.
Now I gotta bring in feelings.
Right, now, I got feelings, but don't no man want to express those feelings when
First, anyway.
you gonna fuck this shit up.
Not
What's wrong with
first. Not doing it
expressing your
first.
feelings first?
Not doing it first.
Why?
Not if it's just a smashing thing.
Oh my God.
Not if it's just a smashing
What you
thing.
got your hand on your face for?
Because I don't understand why that doesn't make sense. That's
it's
it don't
just-
make sense to me.
that's-
If it's just a
that's-
smashing thing, no, we're not.
No,
we're
I'm not
talk
gonna.
about it.
No. When the first time you just smashing and she talk about I love you and you look at her, huh?
Exactly.
If you ever told a man you love him and he give you that side eye like,
That's
Why?
not why I was here.
why you love me? That ain't what we agreed to. That's not how we. And it's usually how you start. It's how you finish. People say that. How you start is how you finish. So if you gave it to him without any inclination that you wanted something more from him, that's all you get.
That's all you get.
I'm sure you can finagle and get some more and get you can continue throughout, but that's a long ass road you're gonna be traveling.
He said, "Well, so why not operate for living?"
So why not operate? Yeah, because people are uncomfortable with that. Now there are other women for real, and you know about them.
Can't hide those.
I don't man care. That's what you want to do with you. You want to give it up to somebody else? All right, go ahead, have fun. Oh man, I got too many. Oh no, that's okay.
I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I'm actually quiet for a second.
I know.
Oh,
I know. Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet.
Said, for example, you used to be a player.
Who? For example, where that's at?
Aisha.
Isha. You used to be a player. Nah.
You ain't never say that.
Huh?
You ain't
What?
never say you ain't used to be a player.
I did. Yeah. I wasn't. I didn't play women. I didn't lie. I didn't cheat. I didn't steal. You feel me?
Okay. So that's your line that you lead with though? Like you tell people that straight up now, like
What?
you was a player before.
I was.
We always want something. We all had something.
There ain't no female say she wasn't never a hoe. She had her whole days.
I was never no.
So how can you not say?
Why you look at me like that?
No reason.
Don't be looking at me like that.
No
Don't be
reason.
looking at me like that.
No female can never say she didn't
I
have
was
her.
never a hoe.
She had her whole summer. It could have been 3 months. It could have been 6 weeks. She at one point she was fucking more than one. So you never had sex with more than one
You
person.
what?
See,
devil
you're
is a
saying
lie.
you're not. You're supposed to say, "Yup, I agree with that." That's it. But I get it. It's personal, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well,
I don't want to get smacked.
Watch
I
yourself.
don't want to fight. I wasn't a hoe, bro. Like, hey, well,
I wasn't a hoe either.
that's on you, right? If you had more than one sexual partner at the same time, you was a hoe. If I had more than one sexual partner at one time, I was a hoe. Men can be hoes too. The only difference is men are applauded for it and women are degraded for it. But I don't degrade a woman for having more than one sexual partner. Congratulations. That's not mine. I don't own that. That's yours. And how you walk with it. I'm not gonna judge you because you had. I don't care. I wish they wrote our bodies on our forehead. I see that
would be
video.
something else.
If they wrote our, then you couldn't lie about shit. That shit will pop right up. 95. Bitch. I thought, bitch, oh my fucking God. You got a 95 on your fucking forehead and you sit here talking about you wasn't a hoe. How did that happen?
I don't.
That's 40.
What? What? 95?
I had player ways. Oh well.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Listen.
Own
We
it.
all are
It's yours.
accepting, yes.
Yeah, I was wrong, bro. I was
I
out.
own my stuff, but I own. There's never no hoe.
Yeah, you ain't supposed to own that.
You watch yourself.
I'm just saying you ain't
Watch
supposed. You ain't
yourself.
supposed to own that.
I just say I had fun.
Right. There it is.
In my 20s.
Right. There she
I had
has.
fun in my 20s.
Right. And that means code word.
I had
She's
fun.
a hoe.
Fun.
And I get it.
She was.
I had fun
That was
in my
past that.
20s.
Right.
But I was single
There's
in
never,
my 20s.
Yeah, there's never no
And-
female that didn't have multiple, bro. You had somebody that would come through and stroke it right, and then you had somebody that would come through and bring you a plate. And you would still give him something. Like, fuck, yeah.
Don't look at me.
You the only woman up here. Leslie already said. You feel me?
I had fun.
She already said she was dishing it out.
I said I had fun.
Oprah Winfrey. You want some? You get some? You get some? Yeah. No, I'm joking. You say that now until she
wrong with you?
and your body count, and then she. Man, I don't care about your body count. She's wifey material. If they wrote body counts on foreheads, I would still marry a chick that had hundreds in her joint. She's a professional.
She's a professional satisfier.
Huh? If a man still goes to a strip club and a stripper, you think he cares? There are men that have married strippers. There are men that have married porn stars, gotten them pregnant, and walk around with them. I don't care how nobody else feels about my wife. That's their problem.
Okay.
I'm enjoying this great head. I'm enjoying every hole is open. I would marry a porn star.
You're lying.
I'm not. What's the
That
babe?
nigga
What's the
lying.
babe named Sarah Banks? You ever seen her? You ever seen her joint? Well, all up in her butt.
All right, man. That's been a great episode.
You asked me a question. Don't ask me the question.
Straight like that, man.
Because I'm always going to answer it. This is the crew.
Yeah, man.
Catch
Good
us.
time.
Yeah, man.
Got a little raunchy today.
Gave me a headache.
Good time.
straight-
Man. We're going to
this-
see y'all next
I
Tuesday.
meant to tell
man.
you that's what Straight Like That. That's what we do.
That's exactly
Got
what
me
we
in my
do.
bag today.
Yeah, we got to get you in your bag. We gotta get you to spread your wings.
Gotta
a little
open the
bit.
bag up.
Yeah.
A straight professional, quiet. A straight I don't want a rookie. I don't
Nah,
want somebody
nah,
got to
nah.
teach
Yeah.
using your teeth. Oh, yo, chill, bro.
That's bad.
I need all gummy action, bro. Straight to the back.
Velveteen rug. Need the velveteen.
No, I don't, man, bro. No.
All right, y'all. Let's wrap this up.
All right, we out of here. Straight like that.
See y'all next week,
We'll
man.
catch y'all next week, next to maybe, hopefully. I don't know. She might not come back. we might be going back to uncomfortable conversations. But this shit go, I ain't like that. But no,
We here, man.
We just want to entertain. We just want to give you thoughts that you
Different
could take back,
perspectives.
different perspectives. We have 4 people on the show, right, who are offering their perspective. So that's all it's about, is sharing ideas and sharing understanding. I am not the person I was in the past, but I can talk about myself and I can laugh about myself.
Absolutely.
And I don't care how you feel about me, because I love me. So
Y'all getting to see a little bit more of my little personality.
yeah, let it out. Just don't be in here spazzing. Just keep the peace. Here.
No toxicity.
Look, I got rocks. I got rocks and everything.
Your calm thing that you done had in your nose.
I didn't put it in my nose.
Nobody want to be snorting your
said-
stuff.
Just smell it.
That still ain't gonna make you calm. Soon
It has.
as
It was
this
a couple
cut
times. It was a
off.
couple times during this show where typically, and typically, fire to the wall. So, but I didn't. This.
snorted the calm.
Thank you, Stacey Mandel, for the rocks. For the rocks. You feel me? And the calm, like, cause it brought me back.
Yeah.
I said, yup,
I think I might have to meditate tonight.
I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not even gonna fucking do
Yo,
it.
we gonna see y'all next week, next Tuesday, man. And this is Straight Like That.
Oh, did you want me to
Peace.
finish?
Huh?
Oh, all right, okay.
You was drinking your water.
Yeah, I appreciate
All
that.
right, y'all. Peace out.